This is part 2 of Michigan Department of State. Now let me see, where was I? They gave me, the Romulus cops gave me to Jalita Floyd King, and they shoved me in her vehicle and completely removed me from the scene. Jalita forced me to stay at her house, and then a couple hours later, she had my vehicle towed to her house. So the next day, when I was about to go over there and get my vehicle, she called me and told me that you are not allowed to drive anymore because the Romulus cops say so, and you have assaulted an officer and failure to comply to them. So you are not allowed to drive anymore. And I will hold your vehicle in my driveway until you get license, registration, and insurance. So the cops also said that you need to take a psychiatric evaluation. Look in the room. Take it, and you will be able to get your vehicle back. So I decided after 2 weeks, my mother held my vehicle for a month. Look in the room. She held my vehicle in the room. Look, I'm doing video. Right now, I'm doing a video. She held my vehicle for a month, and I went to the Secretary of State to find out what's going on. They told me nothing. They had no records of anything. I went to the 34th District Courthouse. They told me nothing. There was no records of anything. No assault to an officer, no nothing. So I went to Romulus Popo Station, and I talked to a sergeant there, and he told me that, and he said, your guardian has filed a report against you, and she is taking that report to the Michigan Department of State. But I'm asking you, Sergeant, my mother has my vehicle, it is my property, and she will not give it back to me. The sergeant said, there's nothing we can do. Our hands are tied. Like I said, she's reporting you to the to the Michigan Department of State. So if you want your vehicle back, you have to speak to your guardian. Like I said before, my mother is not my guardian. She has no guardianship of me in any type of way, shape, fashion, or form. And so, I walked out the police station trying to find out what can I do to get my vehicle out of Jalita Floyd King's driveway. Because, yeah, she blocked it with 2 other vehicles. So, the day after Christmas, she gave me back my vehicle and asked me whether some documents, psychiatric papers came in. I told her no, which in reality, yes, some papers came in, but I never told her that. So, she been spending quite a bit of time trying to get me from traveling. And so, I got a call in early January. Sometime in January, early February, about seeing, I would take a driving test. I got a call on my cell phone. The question is, how did Secretary of State or Michigan State find my phone number? How did they get my phone number? The answer is Jalita Floyd King. Yeah, and they threatened me that if I did not take this examination, that they will arrest me. So I went and took the examination, and nothing much happened, except the state came to my door in February, and they was threatening me that this entire conversation lasted for 3 hours, and they tried to find a way. Yep, they lied their way into my house. I seriously thought they were lawyers. Well, but this state, this woman who works for the state, and my brother, who used to be my brother, his name is Derek Stustill, and he works for the state. And he brought this maniac lady in my house, and they both took turns trying to find a way to make me guilty. And I asked her, did I commit a crime? She said no. Have I broken any laws? She said no. But you're going to use your vehicle as a weapon, and you're going to harm children. Well, I tell you what, across the street from me is a blue house. That blue house is a nursery for babies up to 6 years old. Now, can you prove that I've been going around messing around with toddlers and babies? And this went on for the past 10, 20 minutes. And yet, she could not prove it. So she stormed out of my house, yelling at Derek at the top of her lungs, telling him that you need to put your brother in a psychiatric home and all this. And she left. So, I've been going through this mess for the past few years. And this is how it all started. Then the Romulus cops pulled me over on that May 2015 day. Actually, it was Taylor cops on February 2015. They beat my ass, took my property. So I already did a video on that. So I want to know, does the state have jurisdiction over the right to travel when the Supreme Court says you don't need license, registration, and insurance to travel on the public roads? Yet, They have said Romulus cop said I have committed no crime or broken any laws. And the state said I have committed no crimes or broken any laws.
Your telephone.
And yet, my right to travel has been violated.
Where's it at?
Right here. Phone right here.
Okay.
And so, Jalika did everything she can do. Yeah, take my right to travel from me until I get a license, registration, and insurance.
Okay, Mrs.
She is the one responsible for these psychiatric evaluations.
Okay.
She is the one responsible
Woo.
for these criminals. She probably paid them off because knowing her,
Okay.
she is borderline millionaire. And she got money. And she can pocket anybody who she pleases and use them against whoever. But that would be on a separate video. On this, I will talk about on this new video I will make will be about Jalita Floyd and what she has done to me over this time. Even though I told her that Supreme Court has ruled in favor of me, but she didn't want to hear that. She didn't care to hear it. And so I will do a video, separate video on her. Peace.